Coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor, this is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
Good evening, I'm Gracie Lowe's, and you're watching MediaPlex News Now. It's been almost a week since Russian troops invaded Ukraine, and currently several countries, including Switzerland, have started putting sanctions on Russia. Just this morning, Ukraine Parliament confirmed that the Belarusian troops have invaded, although Belarus has denied the claims. Let's join Constable Laura Briscoe with our weekly Crime Stoppers update.
On February 15th at approximately 5 a.m., patrol officers responded to a robbery call at a convenience store located in the 4600 block of Seminole Street. The female suspect brandished a firearm at the store employee and stole cash and other items, then fled on foot westbound on Seminole. The suspect is described as a female, white, thin build, wearing a black jacket with a blue jacket underneath, gray backpack, gloves, and a black face mask with design. Officers obtained video surveillance footage which captured the female suspect meeting a male party in the 4300 block of Seminole Street following the robbery. Anyone in the area between the 4300 block and the 4600 block of Seminole Street is asked to check video surveillance and dash cams for any possible evidence. If you have any information and wish to remain anonymous, contact Crime Stoppers at 519-258-TIPS or online at catchcrooks.com. I'm Police Coordinator Lauren Briscoe.
Let's head outside where Zachary Ballog is standing by with an early look at our weather. Zach?
Hey Gracie, it is currently 9 degrees out here on this mild evening in downtown Windsor. So will we stay warm throughout the week, and what are our chances at precipitation? I'll talk about it in your 3-day forecast coming up.
With Ontario's recent lift on the vaccine mandates, some restaurant owners are happy to see it go. Alexa Fraser has the story.
In September 2021, Premier Doug Ford made it mandatory for all restaurants to enforce a vaccine passport to sit inside restaurants. Ontario started to move into a reopening phase on February 17th. Restaurants will now be allowed to open full capacity without a vaccine passport. Natasha Curry is a supervisor at Smoke and Spice. She is looking forward to her restaurant eliminating the vaccine passport.
Yeah, so we've had a few phone calls already, people asking if we're going to be eliminating them, which we are, and we've told them so, and people are getting, more excited and feeling more comfortable coming out, so it's a nice thing just to hear.
As of March 1st, it'll be up to each restaurant to decide if they want to still impose a vaccine passport. For MediaPlex News, I'm Alexa Fraser.
Today is the beginning of a new normal, and Savannah Mills talks about how local businesses are being affected.
Effective today, Ontario lifted its proof of vaccination requirement for indoor non-essential settings, along with the lifting of any capacity limit in an indoor setting. The province has also said that businesses are permitted to keep the proof of vaccination requirements if they choose, and some business owners are opting out.
I think we're going to drop it. We've been waiting for a long time to drop it, to get out of this, and I don't think anybody needs a reminder of, what we just went through. It's time to get back to business. People need to be able to start making money and dig out from the hole that they're in because of this pandemic.
Vaccine passports will still be required in long-term care and health care. For MediaPlex News, I'm Savannah Mills.
Today's Punchki Day, and Caleb Coulter helps us celebrating by bringing us to a local bakery.
Good morning. Good morning.
The Punchki has long been a distinctive hallmark of Polish culture since the Middle Ages, according to Michigan State University. Jelly-filled donuts were one of the favorite ways many Polish people used up the last of their sugar and fruit jelly before Lent, a 40-day period of fasting in Catholic tradition. Now deeply ingrained into Canadian culture, many people celebrate Punchki Day regardless of their religion or ethnic heritage.
For the past 63 years, you can enjoy a freshly baked Punchki on Punchki Day at Steinmeier Bakery. For MediaPlex News, I'm Caleb Coulter.
Exercise is great, not only for you, but your pets as well. But as Isabella Spadafora tells us, the winter weather can make it tricky.
Taking your pets on daily walks are a great way for both of you to get some exercise. But once the snow hits the ground, we must be cautious. Tara Preston, an animal protections officer from the Windsor Humane Society, said, "If you're cold, they're cold."
Typically, I always suggest thinking of it like yourself. If you're cold, they're going to be cold. The only kind of exception to that, huskies really like it being cold. So a lot of the times they actually prefer to be outside, and it can be difficult to get them to come in. But yeah, typically if it's cold for you, then you don't want your animals to stay outside for too long.
Some animals love the snow and cold weather. Carla Vlad's dog, Trixie, loves being outside at this time of year.
No, she loves the snow. She loves to play around. She could be freezing her little booty off, and she still wants to be outside.
Preston said when bringing your animal outside, putting a sweater or booties on is an excellent way to prevent the cold, as well as using a warm cloth to help frozen paws. However, in extreme events, you should start to warm them up gradually, starting from the ears, tails, and paws.
Keep you and your dog warm this winter. For MediaPlex News, I'm Isabella Spadafora.
Last week was Ontario Heritage Week, and Jasper Cha goes over some of the events that were held in Windsor, Essex.
Ever since 1974, Ontario has made the third week of every February a day to celebrate the heritage of different cultures in many different forms. The Art Gallery of Windsor hosted 2 Zoom events on hidden histories in Windsor, Essex, and restored treasures from the past. Sophia Hinge, the Education and Public Programs Coordinator with the Art Gallery of Windsor, said, "We think of well-known things around here, but some things could have been missed."
The trademark histories that stand out when we talk about Windsor, but many histories that construct the fabric of our region have been actively excluded when it comes to swapping stories of Windsor's past.
Heritage Week is a great way to celebrate and learn more about different types of cultures within the Windsor Essex community as well. To learn more about the Heritage Week of Windsor Essex or the Art Gallery of Windsor right here in Windsor, Ontario. For MediaPlex News, I'm Jasper Cha.
Are you glued to your device? Well, give yourself a break. Colin Bannon explains in his Health Minute.
In an age of technology, our phone can be everything that we enjoy, but sometimes putting your phone down and picking up a book can be great for you. Instead of staring at a screen all day, a book can show you how creativity and a great story can enhance in your daily lives. Many authors have ideas and stories you cannot find on your phone or search for on the internet. Whether it's about cooking your new favorite meal or learning how to build a home garden, they all can be found in a book. Buying a book also helps authors make an income. When you read a book, you also give your eyes a rest from staring at a screen all day. It's a good way to relax and discover what may be your new favorite hobby. I'm Colin Bannon, and this is your Health Minute.
Being a student and your own boss is easier than ever, and St. Clair College can help with that. I went out to bring you this story. If you've ever thought about starting a business, there's no better time than now. For some students, college is a way to find your calling and get a job. But for some, it's a way to start their own careers and become successful entrepreneurs. Kobe Kilner is a student at St. Clair College who's been running his business, K&K Authentic, for years now. And with his experience in being a successful entrepreneur, Kilner says that he's quick to give advice to those learning to start their own business.
If you want something, go for it. And don't let anything stop you. Continue to work for it. Reach out to your peers and people around your community to help you out. I don't know, it's just always about connections and support from others to help your business succeed.
From signed sports merchandise to TV and movie posters, K&K Authentic has it all. And this has allowed the St. Clair student to grow and make connections around the world. Although it may seem difficult and sometimes scary to start, Saints Nation entrepreneurs like Kobe have said it's never too late to start your own business and live your dream. For MediaPlex News, I'm Gracie Lowe's. The pandemic has been tough on everyone. Maybe it's time for a break. How about March break? Alexa Fraser has the details.
With March break approaching, that means you need a vacation. Today I will be talking about the benefits of taking a break and going on a vacation. First off, going on a vacation can help with your mental health and well-being. By taking a vacation, it allows you to take a break and then get back to work with more motivation. Not only is it great for your mental health to take a vacation, but your physical health as well. By taking frequent vacations, it can reduce stress. When you're overstressed, it can cause high blood pressure and heart disease. Besides being healthy for you, taking a vacation can help improve your family relationships. With COVID restrictions slowly starting to lift, now would be a great time to start thinking about where you will travel to next. Everyone needs a vacation once in a while, so start planning yours to stay healthy. For MediaPlex News, I'm Alexa Fraser.
More and more libraries are becoming cyberries, and despite computerization, Isabella Spadafora found out that they're still relevant in the community. Here's her story.
As the world's dependence on technology gets bigger, we've outgrown the need for physical books, documents, or movies. However, this dependency on technology hasn't affected libraries as drastically as you think. Sharon Tiberia, an ultrasonographer, goes to the Windsor Public Library in Fontainebleau.
Maybe once every 2 weeks. It's close, I can walk there, walking distance, so it gives me a nice walk. And there's a walking trail right in front of it, so kill two birds with one stone.
Since going, Tiberia has formed a connection with the staff.
Yeah, they get to know me quite well because I'm a freaking flyer, apparently. And everyone is so sweet and offering different titles for me to read and say, hey, why don't you try reading this? Or are you interested in that? Or, so it gives me a more diverse, catalog of books to read. Yeah.
Tiberia says the library offers many services like QR codes, arts and crafts for children, class visits before COVID, computers or internet access, and book waitlisting. The Fontainebleau Library is located near W.J. Langlois Elementary School and William G. Davis Public School. After school, many children come and borrow books, movies, or CDs. The library has also adapted their books to online formats. They use an app called Hoopla or Cloud Library where you can still borrow your favorite books just on your device. Borrow a book and start reading Windsor. For MediaPlex News, I'm Isabella Spadafora.
Caleb Coulter has a story about a new bakery that's opening in Windsor, and it has a special way of donating to charity.
Hundreds of loaves of bread were baked by a new bakery before they even opened, but not one of these went to waste. Cobb's Bread is a new business opening on Division Road near Devonshire Mall. The owners, Sandra and David Jansen, said there was something special about this franchise which made them change their careers, location, and lives to develop.
For me, it was important to incorporate, my former career, which was also fundraising, with my current. And so when we were looking at opportunities, Cobb's Bread really stood out because they are always wanting to be a part of their community and supporting their community. And the best way that we can do that is by donating our bread at the end of the night.
Cobb's Bread has donated over $5,000 of product to the Windsor Unemployed Help Center for each day that they have been training their bakers. Bags of bread, scones, and other baked products were also given out to local businesses and people in the parking lot in order to ensure none of this product went to waste. They're firing up the ovens at 6 in the morning, so come on in nice and early and try their freshly baked bread. For MediaPlex News, I'm Caleb Coulter.
It seems hard to believe, but midterm tests and exams are fast approaching, so here's some tips on how to prepare. Although it may feel like a new semester just started, for many St. Clair College students, midterms are coming up soon. This can be a stressful time for multiple reasons, so to help you make it through, here are 5 tips to stay mentally healthy during midterm season. Number 1, start early. We've all heard that it's bad to cram before exams, but by studying early, you have more time to take in information and stay calm. Number 2, make time for yourself. Although getting good grades is the goal of any exam, make sure you take time for yourself to relax and do something you enjoy. Number 3, study in the right place. Whether it's a busy cafe or a quiet room, finding the perfect place to study will help improve what information you retain and keep your overall mood positive. Number 4, eat healthy. During stressful times, you could feel like going to your favorite junk food, but remember that your physical health is as important as your mental health. And number 5, ask for help. Your mental health should be your number 1 priority, especially during midterms. Make sure that you take time to talk to your family and friends about how you're feeling, and remember that you're never alone. Now that you have these tips, you're set for a successful midterm experience. For MediaPlex News, I'm Gracie Lowe's. Check your grocery bill. Does it seem a little higher than usual? Alexa Fraser has the story.
Inflation rates are rising, and Canadian families are noticing just how much their grocery bills are increasing. The Canadian Food Price Report says food insecurity will be an issue for many Canadians this year. Christina Hamlin is a mother of 3 and says she is noticing the price of some groceries rising by 50%.
A pint of strawberries is like almost $9 now, and I was paying
maybe $4.99, $5.99, sometimes even $1.99.
Hamlin says she price matches using a mobile app.
Sometimes I can save on a trip like $25, $30.
So pull out the apps, shop smart, and look for sales. That will help with those grocery bills. For MediaPlex News, I'm Alexa Fraser.
Automation is the way of the future, and it's coming here to Windsor. Ravichan Wijimane reports.
City of Windsor, meet the robots. The Government of Ontario is funding Windsor's switch to automation through its Regional Development Program. The 3 local companies to secure the latest round of funding were Medicap Laboratories, Canadian Premier Supplements, and Cedar Valley Selections. Amounting to about $2 million, the investment is projected to create more than 70 jobs. Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade Vic Fideli says the funds will help these companies transition from manual production to automation. These investments hope to make Ontario's businesses more competitive in the global market and boost regional economic recovery. Launched in November 2019, the Regional Development Program is helping small and medium-sized businesses in eastern and southwestern Ontario to create more jobs. The program is set to invest more than $100 million over the course of 4 years. In November last year, the province also invested more than $250,000 in Windsor's cnc.tech.com to improve the company's robot systems. For MediaPlex News, I'm Ravishan Vijayaman.
Let's head back outside where Zach Balog is standing by with the 3-day forecast. Is it good news, Zach?
I'll have some information about that in just a minute, but first, a quick did you know? Did you know the first Mardi Gras parade was held in 1838 in New Orleans, Louisiana? The more you know. And now let's take a look at that 3-day forecast. Wednesday, we will see periods of rain and a high of 5. Thursday, the sun returns with a high of -3. Friday, sunny and a high of 2. And the weekend into next week remains positive with positive temperatures and showers on both Saturday and Sunday. So it is still a great evening to go grab yourself a punchki from the corner of University and Victoria. I'm Zachary Balog.
What once was a popular Windsor stage for local musicians in Jackson Park has fallen into disarray over the last few decades. But as Madeline Mazak explains, one Facebook group is dedicating itself to resurrecting the old and forgotten structure.
I played on that bandshell in 1972, and that's quite a few years ago. Things have really changed. It doesn't look as modern and cleaned up as it was back then, but it's not too bad. We came out on stage, it was our turn to play. We came out on stage and there's a microphone stand over here, one right here, and the band's all ready and set up to play. And I go up to the microphone with my hands on my electric guitar, both hands, and I go, "Hey everybody," and the microphone, it felt like a pair of pliers grabbed my face because I got a shock like you wouldn't believe it, because I was standing in a puddle of water.
Gosh.
And knocked me back, my eyes were watering, and and then we just played.
But everyone was out here because this was the show that ended the summer.
End of the summer for the people that were here, but the end of the summer for the people playing in the bands too.
Yeah.
We went to school 2 days later.
I decided to go to the local history library to learn more. If the bandshell once meant so much to so many people, why is it forgotten today? On September 2nd, 1972, Scotty and his band, The Galleon, competed in the Battle of the Bands. Thousands of people weathered the storms that night to watch the competition. Labor Day weekend in Windsor back then meant one thing: the Firefighters Field Day, an annual fundraiser for the Firefighters Benefit Fund. A parade down Olette Avenue ended in Jackson Park for a weekend of celebrations, drawing out thousands of people. But the bandshell we see today is not the original. It is the replica of the original bandshell that, ironically, burnt down in a devastating fire alongside Windsor's grandstand in 1957. wondered if anyone else in Windsor wanted to see the bandshell restored as well.
My name's Sarah Lestage, and I'm heading the group of individuals looking to have the Jackson Park bandshell repurposed. It was covered in different just trash, refuge from the landscaping that was being done in Jackson Park. I really didn't expect the kind of response that I got with over 1,000 likes in just over a month. I also had people reaching out, asking to volunteer, even just to come clean up the space. Ideally, I'd love to see Jackson Park bandshell brought back to life for public and community use. I'm really optimistic to see this happen.
Having worked at Fog Lounge for almost a year now, I've become familiar with Windsor's music scene. I decided to reach out to some musicians to see what they thought.
My name is Zach Vivier.
I'm the bass player in Hutch.
I'm Sebastian App. I'm the guitar player and lead vocalist in Hutch.
Robbie Survey, the drummer in Hutch.
Is this thing on?
As a musician, you see like a stage and you just see like a potential like instantly, even if it's like run down, you're just like, you know, a coat of paint and this thing's ready to go. Just get a PA and a coat of paint and you're all set. Yeah, right? man, it would be fun, but a little DIY.
Like that park and that area, it's just like screaming for like something cool to happen there. Like, I don't know, like as a band, like it just feels really good to play outside. Like it's kind of like a different feeling and it's really nice. And then like I love watching shows outside. Like we played like the Island Unplugged and everyone has like their own fold-up chairs.
Yeah.
And they just kind of sit around and everyone's having a good time, and like something like that could even happen at the bandshell and people would love it. Like growing up, you know, like the older I got, it was like more people just saying that Windsor was like boring and there was nothing to do. And I think we kind of found something to do in the music scene and we're like, oh, like shows are fun and that's something to do. So we never were bored, but like to have a stage and to have like a pretty good like run of events going, I think, you know, people wouldn't really think that anymore, and I think that's why people are excited, is because it's like the potential for something to do.
Yeah, the memories on the stage, I have a few. They're rock and roll show memories. I made a lot of friends. Right here, this is where it starts. You could fit 5,000 people here, and more on the bleachers. There could be 5,000 people viewing an event off the stage.
That would be amazing.
It'd be thrilling.
And now let's take a look at the MediaPlex and the people who study and work here.
Journalism enables people to be well informed. It's documenting history. It's an extraordinary way for people to be connected with their community.
What happens in the world affects us. What happens in our community affects us. What happens in the province affects us. And we get to be the eyes and ears and tell the stories. There are many stories that need to be told, and those things add value to our life.
It's neat to know that so many people are relying on me. It makes you strive for perfection, or it makes you strive for accuracy.
The journalism program here at St. Clair College is a convergence journalism program. Convergence means the merging together of print, radio, and television, and the web, and putting all different stories into 3 or 4 different platforms.
I can go out now and I can understand how to write a print. I know how to do social media. I can shoot a video. So you start to trust yourself and to use your journalistic skills.
In 21st century newsrooms, journalists have to be able to do it all.
We ask every one of our reporters to tell stories in multiple ways.
There's a different style of writing for print than there is for radio, than there is for television. And it's really important that the information gets out that is true to those platforms.
We are one of the few, if not the only, program that is actually taking students to a live broadcast and giving them that opportunity and that experience.
I want to be a journalist because I think
I like to listen other stories.
午间好，这里是媒体综合新闻节目，我是谭一丹，欢迎收
I
看。
find that the students that come out of St. Clair College are already at or above where some of our broadcast employees have been over the last several years.
I feel that I made the greatest decision I could by choosing this program because I have learned so much and I think that I can only grow from here.
I would hands down recommend the program to someone considering it. I would recommend it to someone that's not even considering it. They teach you such a vast array of different skills, different platforms, different things that you could really apply to so many different careers.
Based on literally hundreds of interns I've seen over the years, St. Clair students are better prepared to go into the work environment in media than most students coming out of colleges and universities across North America.
I think it's that very comprehensive curriculum that we have that creates converged journalists that sets this journalism school apart.
Did You Know is a segment where Zach highlights some of the more historical places in Windsor and Essex County. Here's the latest.
In the neighborhood of Sandwich Town between Prince and Watkins sits Sandwich First Baptist Church, a place of worship that has great historical significance. What is it? I'll tell you in this edition of Did You Know? In 1847, the land that the church currently sits on was granted to the colored inhabitants of Sandwich by Queen Victoria. The land was never intended to be sold or served and was approximately 1 acre of what the Queen would allow. The bricks for the church were fashioned from clay from the Detroit River and were molded by freemen and runaways who came to Sandwich for refuge. Due to being situated near the Detroit River, the church served as a terminal on the Underground Railroad, and Madison J. Lightfoot served as the church's first ever pastor. Sandwich First Baptist Church is currently the oldest church built for the Black community in Canada and is purportedly only one of 2 handmade brick churches in the country. The more you know. For MediaPlex News, I'm Zachary Ballog.
If you like what we do here, there's more. Every Friday at noon, we're live on CJAM. That's 99.1 FM, redefining radio in Windsor, Detroit. Join Zach Ballog, Riley Livingston, Maha Hussein, and Vienne Duchesne every Friday at noon for some news, views, commentary, and laughs. That's MediaPlex live on CJAM, the Jammin' one. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Gracie Lowe's, and you've been watching MediaPlex News Now.
MediaPlex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism Program.